A snag, a tiny tear on a jagged edge. In a high-risk environment, that fraction of a second is all it takes to turn a routine response into an exposure incident. Despite that reality, most organizations treat disposable gloves like printer paper. They are viewed as a generic commodity, purchased in bulk by looking at the lowest cost per box. But those procurement budgets are colliding with an evolving landscape of workplace hazards. Today's professionals are handling unknown biological materials, highly concentrated harsh chemicals, and unpredictable pathogens. Treating a critical piece of protective equipment as a universal commodity doesn't actually save money. It introduces hidden operational costs and immediately undermines every safety protocol your institution relies on. Let's look at the financial reality. The upfront savings of a deeply discounted box of gloves are almost always an illusion, masking three specific downstream penalties. The first penalty hits your supply closet. When you buy cheap materials with poor durability, workers rip through them. The initial savings vanish as your replacement frequency skyrockets just to get through a single shift. The second penalty is liability. A torn barrier or an unexpected allergic reaction directly exposes staff to hazardous materials. That triggers compliance failures, incident reports, and potential medical claims. The third penalty drags down daily operations. If an ill-suited glove is too stiff or lacks grip, it reduces a worker's dexterity. Every precise task takes longer, and end-user productivity steadily drops. Trying to save pennies on the wrong material guarantees higher long-term expenses. To actually protect your budget and your people, you have to stop buying in bulk and start investing in the specific tasks your team performs. When procurement managers face severe budget cuts, they often look at the absolute cheapest option on the market, synthetic, low-cost materials. That usually leads to vinyl. Vinyl gloves are manufactured to provide highly cost-effective bulk protection for low-risk, minimal-contact tasks. They are designed for food preparation or wiping down a cafeteria table. The critical trade-off here is barrier strength. Vinyl possesses incredibly low resistance to punctures and chemicals, making it actively dangerous to use in medical or high-hazard environments. Handing a worker a vinyl glove for a hazardous task gives them a false sense of security. The gloves will break, your replacement budget will inflate, and your staff will be exposed to the exact risks you are trying to prevent. For decades, the gold standard for medical and precision work was latex. It offers unparalleled tactile sensitivity and flexibility, making it feel like a second skin during delicate procedures. This chart highlights the severe trade-off. Latex introduces significant allergy risks. Exposing a patient or a staff member to a severe allergic reaction creates massive compliance and liability issues. That liability is exactly why the industry shifted to nitrile. Nitrile is a high-density, synthetic alternative engineered to completely eliminate the allergy risks associated with latex. Beyond safety from allergies, nitrile delivers superior puncture resistance and acts as a highly secure chemical barrier against biological and chemical threats. It does have two trade-offs.
Nitrile carries a higher upfront unit cost than vinyl, and because it is a tougher material, you lose a very slight amount of the ultra-fine dexterity you get from latex. Nitrile effectively solves the weak barrier problem of vinyl while erasing the liability problem of latex. For the vast majority of professional applications, that dual protection easily justifies the higher unit cost. Selecting the base material is only half the equation. To match specific environmental threats, safety officers have to evaluate specialized manufacturing variables. This means looking for strict, specialized certifications. If your team handles unpredictable lethal substances or hazardous pharmaceuticals, you need gloves explicitly tested and rated for fentanyl resistance or chemotherapy drugs. To achieve maximum protection, manufacturers increase the mil thickness of the glove. The operational trade-off here is physical strain. A highly thick glove directly reduces hand comfort and makes delicate tasks much harder during a long shift. Over-speccing a glove for a low-risk job creates unnecessary hand fatigue and wastes your procurement budget. Those specialized features must be strictly matched to the actual threat environment your workers face. Let's look at this decision framework in action. Rather than a one-size-fits-all approach, you start by identifying the primary workplace hazard. The first major pathway covers unpredictable, high-hazard environments, the situations encountered daily by police, fire, and emergency medical teams. In these scenarios, dexterity takes a back seat to absolute barrier integrity. These teams require a high mil nitrile optimized and verified for puncture and fentanyl resistance. The second pathway is for precision medical environments, managed by clinical staff and lab directors. Here, you have to balance strict barrier protection with tactile sensitivity. The requirement is a standard thickness nitrile that is strictly latex-free, and where necessary, carries a chemo rating for pharmaceutical handling. Mapping exact specifications to the frontline reality is the only practical way to prevent catastrophic exposure incidents without slowing down your team's operational speed. This brings us to the third major category, multi-use environments. This includes large university campuses, local public schools, and generalized maintenance departments. For science labs and janitorial teams, the requirement is a durable, general chemical-resistant nitrile. It needs the versatility to handle a wide variance of daily tasks without failing. As for vinyl, there is a strict operational rule. It must be aggressively quarantined exclusively to cafeterias and light surface cleaning, completely preventing it from crossing over into hazardous departments. When a glove consistently performs without tearing or leaking, it removes the distraction of equipment failure. That reliability fosters the true confidence necessary for staff to follow safety protocols and perform their roles effectively. The ultimate procurement reality is clear. True budget efficiency is achieved through the durability and reliability of the correct tool, not by hunting for the lowest bulk unit price. Choosing a glove that fits for specific needs of the job ensures that hand protection remains a reliable asset for both the budget and the front lines.